What's up, everybody? It's David here at Smitty's Garage coming at you on this beautiful day. Alright, it's cold, it's gloomy, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. I actually been up in the house with the wood stove going and a nice pot of coffee on, but I decided I'd come out here and give something a try that irritated the living mess out of me the other day. Let's get into it. So I decided I'd come out here and I'd work on this old brake cable a little bit and just try to do it a little differently. So I hooked it up here, and of course, you know, it was still run, and this was off in the spring and everything. But as y'all can tell, I do got it hooked up. I've just got to fine tune it in. So what I wound up and did that I was not doing the other day was I left this spring off of here. I mean, not hooked. And then I opened this up a little bit, got that pushed on the splines, put the bolt in there to lock it up, and then I moved the spring around and it went right on. So now I've got to adjust this a little bit more. We don't quite have enough see, it should stop a lot quicker. So I gotta hold this little square bit here and do that right there. We're gonna try to adjust it. So let me get that adjusted. On a side note, I got a throttle cable ordered for here, and I got the master link ordered for the chain. So hoping it'll be at least rideable then. Let me get this brake done. I tell you, I'm not going to know how to act having brakes. Got that dialed in. So got it coming. I think throttle cable, we're just going to come on in with that one right there. Do that. Watch this. Let's get this wheel spinning. Not bad, guys. Not bad. You know, if I would have done it like this the other day, it would have went on just like that. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next time y'all see me on here, we're going to have the throttle cable and we'll be working on a chain. I just want to come out here for a few minutes and address this right here. I'm not going to tie my cable up until I have the throttle cable, because I'd like to tie those in together. Alrighty, just like that. On a side note, I just wonder what that chain link caught, or if it twisted. But maybe this old chain guard bracket. I'm not going to have a chain guard, so I'm pretty sure we're going to cut that bracket off. I'm going to pull this off and just take a peep, see if I missed something when I was installing it. I'm really just not seeing anything that it could catch on in there. You know, this is about the only thing, and it's not going to catch. I honestly think that it was just torquey and it twisted it. But we will probably come in here and maybe come up a little bit more, and then maybe a little bit more, you know, give that, because you know sometimes your chain kind of does funny things under a load. So we'll address that. Not going to be a big issue. I was moving stuff the other day, and yeah, I missed a part. So it goes right here. Look how wonderful that works, guys. Them 3 bolts goes just like that. It's part of the fan shroud. So if y'all remember when I was, let's see, I want to say the electronic ignition video, I was discussing the cooling of it. Did it suck in? Did it do whatever? Because the way that the fins was blowing. So I had it running the other day, and I had my hand back here on the head, and it's definitely pushing air over, you know, over it. So that's kind of pretty cool, man. So anyway, next time y'all see me, chain, throttle, fingers twisted, hopefully can ride it, guys. Hopefully. Maybe can even have a pretty short video. Look back there, I even put my tools up after working today. Alright guys, I'm going to head back in where it's warm. It's just, I just want to come outside for a few minutes. Had a little shipment come in, guys. Let's see what we got. Got a packet of Master Links. As we know, we need one of those. And y'all may be wondering, why did you get a whole throttle deal, kill switch, and all that? Pretty simple, guys. Looking online for the length of throttle cable that I wanted, that I needed for this, it's going to be about $25, and to have the correct ends on it. But a scooter kit is like $15. So for those of y'all that have followed for a while, y'all knew that I did a Baja Warrior flip here a couple months ago, and I used the throttle, the hand grips and stuff off of my old XR75, and I think I used the kill switch off of it as well. So 2 birds in 1 stone, shall I say? Let me get unwrapped what I need. So all we're going to use off of this is going to be the throttle cable. I don't plan on using these, and I don't plan on using that. I had also used the throttle cable off of it, so I will keep this throttle cable right here. And I believe I have another one sitting up there. So anyway, I'm just future planning for the XR75. I'm going to get this off of here, and I'm going to install the new throttle cable on here. I will be coming in after a while and taking this adapter kit off, because it goes with a motor like this. I put this on here. It adapts it to make it like a go-kart. To get your throttle cable off of these handles here, you just need you right there, 2 Phillips screwdriver. Then you can open that up. So these kind of twist throttle assemblies are relatively easy to work on. As you can see, this just kind of sits in there. Your wire kind of comes in through there to the rubble on the cradle, and that's how you turn it. So I'm going to change this wire out for this one, and when I get it back in here, I will bring y'all aboard. So one of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat is using this housing right here is the lack of travel of the cable. And let me get the other one next to it. I really didn't want to use the cable that come with it. I don't like the kill switch for it. I don't particularly care for this kind of kill switch for the mini bike. I would really like to have the off on, but we may have to adapt and overcome and just deal with it, guys. And I'm seeing what's going on here. Is this old one had a long neck on it, which that takes up a lot of cable right there. And this one, however, does not. So I guess for giggles, I'm going to install it on here and see how it looks. Which that also means I will have to change grips. Maybe for the better, guys. Let me get it all together. Now, guys, I don't have it hooked to the carburetor yet, but this may work out better in the long run. Now, the reason I didn't really want to use this is because, you know, you push it and then you let go. The problem with that is that kills your coil, but as soon as you let go, you're energizing your coil again. So if this motor is still spinning, boom, it's going to kick back on, whereas this is a complete disconnect. So with this right here, you know, I'm going to have to hold it until the motor completely dies. But there may be a blessing in this, you know, and this is a clean wire right here, and it'll come all the way down to the motor, and I can separate it and go into the coil and then to the ground, to the chassis. Whereas I had to kind of homemade some stuff here with the old motor, and I was just using it. So this will eliminate all of this. So maybe a blessing in disguise there. And you know, like I said, this here, all this, I'll keep it for my 75. I do kind of like these grips over those other grips, so that's kind of cool. I've got this throttle cable here. I don't have it hooked up. I just have it down here, and y'all can see it's, you know, it's gonna work pretty good. Now this has a spot right here where I can clamp the cable, and I think I have an idea on how I want to hook to this. It's just, I'm not going to do it today, guys. Honestly, it's getting late. I mean, I come home late and it's raining and it's cold, but these just came in, and I kind of just wanted to see what I have. I really would like my installation to be up here, but I'm just being picky. I can live with it. So I'll have to pull the cover to disconnect all of that, but that may be okay. You know, that's just going to be one wire going to that, so I think I can live with that. I'm going to try to get this other grip off of here real quick. It'll be off camera, and I'll probably disconnect this and pull out this old stuff and do all that off camera as well. But of course, guys, when I come back in and we talk about this throttle here, I should be about ready to try to start going in with that. Okay? Alright. So I've made a little progress today. You know, I said I was going to do some things off camera. So I've got my throttle cable in, and I don't have the return spring on, but I'm going to twist the handle, and this is throttle right here, and that's the cable. So we should go wide throttle. Good deal. Now I don't have the return spring hooked up yet, so I know my cable's working. I do have a lot of slack that I'm going to have to take out up here in my handlebars. I've also got the kill switch hooked up. This is run. Run is when it's just out neutral, and kill is pressed in. And I've got the red wire going back to the coil, and the black wire grounded to the chassis. So pretty much the next thing we're going to do is I need to hook up a return spring to the carburetor. I think from there I should be able to start it up, but I may address something else first. I just don't like this here, to be honest with you. It does make it quieter, but it is a lot of weight on here, so I may have another muffler to put on there, or I may get one. I mean, I like this because it's an old vintage Briggs muffler, but really it's been pushed out, so it's just a lot of weight. So I don't know what I want to do here. Honestly, I would love for it to be straight piped out there, but I just don't know. That's on hold, really. I need to get the return spring on here, and then we'll start addressing the issue with the chain. Well, I think I'm going to try to get this chain on here real quick. I don't envision it being real difficult, but hey, I can adjust the wheel. So y'all remember we bent us a master link, but I do got a whole package of them, so cool. We'll run that chain around the torque converter, line it up on here, slip it together. This package came as like a package of 16, and y'all, I am so glad that they came together. I didn't have to hunt everything down. Yeah, it's a 41. All right. No bueno. I want y'all to tell me what your inclination is on chains. I've always felt and always been taught that the master link needs to throw itself into the direction of the wheel. So I've got it throwing this way because the chain will be moving that way. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that. What is y'all's beliefs on that? Now I'm going to address this issue right here. That may have had a very whole lot to do with it twisting, as if it's bouncing, then it could have hit the guard and just ripped off. Let's tighten it up. Guys, I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong, but is it just me? Or is that chain twisted about right here? Watch as it goes over that top pulley. Y'all see the big twist in it? Alright guys, so let's just answer this question legitimately of aligning up. Let's just solve this, guys, real quick. We're right on here. We're going to keep going. Keep going. We're right on it there, guys. I just wanted to answer that real quick. Straight line. Now, can you see the turn in the chain? It's nothing to do with sprocket to sprocket. It's the chain, guys. So I've got this cover off, and honestly, I'm kind of full from food today and just really wanted to get out here for a few minutes. So we got to figure some stuff out. I'm kind of wanting to do this. The problem is I can't go to that bolt. But, you know, I could always cut this, put a hook on it, and then take it to there. And that is a possibility. Of course, bend that tab in some. Kind of a ballpark of what I'm thinking. We'll see. I'm going to give it some more thought. I can see that twist in that chain right there. You see how that chain's starting to do like this? Definitely going to need a new chain, guys. When we come back, we'll be doing that right there. I think I'm going to head up in the house, go hang out with my pooch for a little bit. Watch a couple of my favorite channels. Just wanted to do a little work today, guys. Catch y'all in a little bit. Got my wires all tucked in real good. Got them run down, kind of run down neat. I'm really liking that. Going to the kill switch. I really like a neat run on my wires. Put that spring in here. I'm not really sold on this, to be honest with you. It's not pulling it back 100%, but if I do twist the throttle back, that gives me enough to bring it back. Definitely, this is just letting go. So I'm definitely going to have to revisit the spring situation. That's for sure. That's not going to hamper us from a ride. long as I know this. Started thinking real long and hard about this twisted chain. And I remembered that I've got a piece of chain. So why don't I just measure how many links I got here and cut that out? Put a straight piece in there, see if we can't get a straight chain. I also came in and I have made this a little bigger. So that's what I'm fixing to work on real quick. Sure ain't seeing no twist here, guys. I ain't seeing one there. Really don't see one. I did look at this a little better, and I'm thinking, really, now that the chain is off, that I needed this motor to really kind of come about 1/8 of an inch more. But that's all I could get out of it because we're right on the frame rails. So I've kind of tweaked this back wheel some. Kind of tweaked it over. Get it more in line. So I'm fixing to put the chain back on. I'm really thinking this is going to be about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So let me get this chain back installed. It's better than what it was, but it's not perfect. But really, I just can't get it any straighter. This is just going to be one of those it is what it is moments. And honestly, I think I can live with it. Here comes that master link. Y'all see it right there. I think we can live with it, guys. I think we're going to live with it. Well, both of the headers that I had kind of hanging around is a bust. Obviously, you can tell that's not going to fit. And that's not going to fit. I could make it fit that way, but who the hell wants that blowing right on their legs? So we're going to put the straight muffler back in here. Dang. Oh well. Oh man, don't you love kind of fabricating things? So I'm actually at the point that I'm like everybody else. I want to ride it. I want to see how it's going to do. But I got to revisit the throttle situation. This little spring is not keeping it down at low. The governor is overriding it, letting it go up. So I got to revisit that. Once that's revisited, then I'm pretty sure we can get out here and give this bad boy a little ride around the yard. I mean, I'm ready, guys. I really am. Y'all see the smoke. Y'all know I had it going. When I get this throttle situated, I'm going to bring y'all back and we're going to take it out in the yard and ride it around. I want it to where I can at least ride it somewhat so before I move on to another project. Well, let me get to reconfiguring. Well, guys, I've kind of just hit a roadblock. I am not finding a way, at least what I can see, to control the throttle with the cable coming in. This is just hanging. That's the governor spring. Guys, I need y'all's advice. Have any of y'all adapted an updraft to a throttle cable, and how did y'all do it? I really want to ride this thing. I think I'm going to try to get out there and start it, and I'm just going to keep my hand here, and I'm going to throttle it like that and keep my left hand on the bars there where the brake is. You know, push comes to shove, we'll hit that kill switch. But I'm at a crossroads here. You know, do I want to try to keep this updraft carburetor and continue to try to find a solution here? Because I'm telling you, problems arise so solutions can be had. But what if the solution is abandoning the updraft carburetor and putting a barrel style carburetor on here or something? I'm not opposed to that. I plan on putting a header on here anyway. So guys, I want to put this cover on here, and I just want to get it in the yard, and I want to see if I can't ride it. But this right here, I'm going to need y'all's help on. I need some advice, guys, and I'm open to advice on it. So y'all can see that the throttle cable comes in and it hits that arm there. Now that arm complements the rod broke. I had to make one. It moves a rod that goes up here, to this throttle mechanism. A thought that I had was bending this 90 degrees so that this cable stuck up like this and go into that. Y'all let me know what y'all's thinking, because kind of could use some advice here. I'm going to button this up and let's see if we can't ride it. Well guys, I'm going to envision this to be very difficult to do. So I'm going to be sitting here and I'm going to have to control that throttle there. So let me get it started up and let's see if it'll ride around. All right guys, I don't have a lot of faith in this, but let's go. All righty. Give it a little throttle. Definitely difficult to ride, but pretty cool. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, guys. Well, guys, like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna need a hand with this throttle stuff. So let's get up in the shop and have a little recap. Well guys, I think I'm going to wrap this little video up. You know, we installed a throttle cable. We got a new kill switch put on, new throttle grip there. I still need to change this grip. We got the brakes functioning. I'm just running into a problem with getting this updraft carburetor to work off of here. So obviously, you know, I'm not giving up on it. Problems arise, so solutions can happen. But I'm also bearing in mind kind of how long this video's stretching out. A lot of unfortunates. But I mean, if you ain't making mistakes, what are you doing, right? I heard that here a while back. So, if y'all have any ideas how to adapt this updraft carburetor to this linkage here, that would be great. If y'all feel it would be better to get a plenum and adapting a regular carburetor to it, leave me a comment, guys. I'd like to know. Hey, as always, you know, this is David here at Smitty's Garage. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Probably deserved it, guys. Comment, share, subscribe. I'd love to have you if you like this kind of crazy stuff right here. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving day yesterday. Weather's kind of gloomy, as you can tell. Really excited the torque converter worked. It was hard for me to get onto it, you know, holding it and staying steady, but every now and then I would pull back and I'd feel it jerk up. It's going to be fun when it's done. But I needed to get this to a point to where I can get it off of my stand. I need to move my stand. I got another project or two I need to kind of address that's real short term. Because as y'all know, I want to get that sand rail up in here. So I'm kind of having to get some things lined up eventually on the sand rail. Hey guys, subscribe if y'all like this kind of stuff. But definitely give me some advice here. What do y'all think? From David here at Smitty's Garage, guys, I want to thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out. And just think, we just cleaned the bench.